Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So the icon for this video just melts me. I'm a Winnie the Pooh fan anyway, and I think I'm going to do 7 days of Winnie the Pooh quotes. But that one just melts me. You know, Pooh asks, "What day is it?" And little Piglet says, "It's today." And then Winnie the Pooh says, "My favorite day." Oh my gosh, how precious are they? And of course, I'm going to mention Danny Raw. And I know I just seem to mention her all the time, but I do consider her an amazing advocate, mentor, a phenomenal person to follow. And if you're not familiar, find her on every social media platform for health. But one thing that she says all the time is that this is a new day. We've never seen this one. Like, this is going to be our favorite day today, because it's never come, it'll never be here again, And it's such a beautiful thought, but it's really hard for me to say in the moment. And yet, if I look too far into the future or dwell in the past, I tend to lose my abstinence, which is a huge problem. So one thing that I do during lunch recess when I'm walking my laps is I often either listen to the Mass or pray the Rosary, and I literally have to take my finger and on one hand, and I just keep doing this the whole way while I'm listening, because inevitably my mind will wander. And so I constantly do this, and when I'm doing that, for some reason it allows me to focus better. I know, it's kind of like tapping, if you're familiar. It just keeps me more present. And forgive me, we're going to be competing with, I think, Jurassic Park, The World. But people, I have no other time but now to do this video. So bear with me, and I know my voice sounds very tired. I am tired. I had a really big week, but I think I'm also a little dehydrated. It was over 100 degrees. Even right now it's still 87, even though it's 9 o'clock at night. So I always carry 10 cups of fluid. One moment, please. And every time I take a sip, I try and take 10 gulps, because I took a cup and I drank the cup and I counted how many gulps it was, and it was like 10 per cup. So I kind of have a sense that if I do that every time, I'm getting about a cup in. But anyway, that's another story. So I just wanted to talk about tips on how to stay in the moment, because I think in this society, with so many things coming at us, from virtual to chronic phone calls to, just people and just constant input, the visuals and everything else, at least for me, it's very difficult to stay in the moment. So this is a fantastic article. I love to say that. But I do take time to find articles that I think are worth listening to. And this one is from Becoming Minimalist. Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. And it's 10 tips to start living in the present moment. I love it. Okay, so the secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, worry about the future, or anticipate trouble, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly. I immediately started to struggle with food today when I accidentally started worrying about the future. It just freaked me out. It freaked me out. And it's really probably offensive to God when we start writing our future, especially if it's fatalistic at all, and we start writing our future instead of allowing His grace to allow the future to just naturally unfold, and most likely in our favor. So it says, one of the best unforeseen consequences of simplifying our lives, meaning a good consequence, everything's a good about consequences is a good one, of simplifying our lives is how allowed, forgive me, let's try that again. One of the best unforeseen consequences of simplifying our lives is it has allowed us to begin living our lives in the present moment. So beautiful. Eliminating non-essential possessions has freed us from many of the emotions associated with past lives that were keeping us stuck. And clearing our home has allowed us the freedom to shape our lives today around our most important values. No, I am not there. I am not there. We talk about it. Our house, it's not horrific. I mean, if you walked in, you would definitely see knickknacks, but it's not like we have stacks of clutter anywhere, or things are all pushed in so that we can navigate the walkways. It's nothing like that. But there's still too much. And if you open closets or go in the garage, it's way too much. So I'm still working on that grace, but it is coming. And I love this, and I don't mind pre-reading it for what will be eventually. Living in the present moment means no longer worrying about what happened in the past and not fearing what will happen in the future. It means enjoying what's happening now and living for today. Choosing to live in the past or the future not only robs you of enjoyment today, but it also robs you of truly living. The only important moment is the present moment. With that goal in mind, consider the list of the top 10 tips below on how to live in the moment. Bring it. Okay, number 1, remove unneeded possessions. Yeah, that's what happened. I was cleaning my classroom, and it's really interesting. It's kind of like my house. My classroom itself appears to be clutter-free. You look at it and just go, wow. And teachers even come in and say, man, I wish my classroom looked like this. I wish I barely had anything, and wow, it's so roomy in here. Okay, and there's literally, there's only one roll closet, which is completely packed. There is one tiny little cupboard under the sink, which is packed. There are no other, praise God, no other closets or anything. I haven't carried a purse since I was 23 years old. And part of it was because I quickly realized that the bigger the purse, the more I put in it. And so I literally just carry, a fairly good sized wallet. It's not even a clamp purse. It's just a wallet, but a woman's wallet. And then I just put usually, to be fair, in TMI, I usually put my lipstick in my bra where I can just quickly, and then maybe the keys might be in my pocket. And then I just have that one wallet, and I've been doing that my entire adult life, unless it's like a special occasion and I need a clutch or something, but mostly I just don't. So I was glad that there wasn't furniture, but wherever there is room to store, there's stuff stored. So I have a teacher's desk with 2 drawers packed. I have a file cabinet, two file drawers packed. So even though no one can see it, there's still a bunch of clutter that is burdening me. And it says minimalism forces you to live in the present. Removing items associated with past memories frees you and allows you to stop living in the past. Once the past no longer has power, you can begin to live in the moment. I agree, and it is my goal to continue to go to school over the next, couple of weeks and reduce the nonsense. There's younger or, teachers who have been teaching for less years that may want the resources. There's other children who may see it all as fun. I have to reduce it because I feel burdened by it. And same thing in my house. Number 2, smile. This part I've gotten spades. I am really good about smiling. Each day is full of endless possibilities. Start with a smile. And the way that my husband always says, smile and breathe. It's so cute, and I'm really good at it. Okay, so you are in control of your attitude every moment. Keep it optimistic and expectant. Be intentional about it, and you'll find yourself doing it every day without even realizing it. So I do tell myself to smile and breathe. I do look for the good in each day, but of course I falter at times. Number 3, fully appreciate the moments of today. Soak in as much of today as possible. The sights, the sounds, the smells, the emotions, the triumph, and the sorrow. These are in our daily lives, but we often forget to take them in and truly appreciate them. Yeah, so often I think I'll deal with that later. There is no later, right? There's no later. Okay, number 4, forgive past hurts. And again, this is almost a way of getting rid of clutter, but clutter in your heart, clutter in your mind, right? So it says, if you are harboring resentment towards another human being because of past hurts, choose to forgive and move on. The harm was their fault, but allowing it to impact your mood today is yours. Let go and choose to be present in the moment instead. I'm really good about that, and genuinely good. Like, I'm not secretly harboring resentment. I've just let go. I have the grace to pray for other people. I have a heart of compassion that only God gave me because I came from a very hypercritical background. So I thank Him to no end for that. But I am really good about letting go of past hurts. But I do understand that if you don't, it really is taking up residence in your heart and mind. And there's no room for it. And worst of all, no one's paying rent, so you're not getting money for it. And second, the other person is just going about their day. The only person it's hurting is the individual. Number 5, love your job. If you just survive the work week, constantly waiting for the next weekend to get here, you're wasting 71% of your life, which is 5 of 7 days. There are 2 solutions. Find a new job that you actually enjoy, or find something you appreciate about your current career. Luckily, I can find something I love in my job every day, honestly. I am happy to be there, and I can't stand it when teachers say, Monday morning, 5 more days till the weekend. Like, what? When they say, we just get back from holiday, and they say, 62 more days till, I'm just like, please don't. I mean, seriously, I'm one of those people where it's the last day of school and everybody's gone, and the custodian says, Miss McCants, the school year ended. Are you gonna go home? And then I go, wait, what? What? The school year ended? Like, I'm one of those, man. I cannot be a counter of the next thing. Praise God, not my story. Number 6, dream about the future, but work hard today. What we do today builds our tomorrow. Please know that you know that. Dream big, set goals and plans for the future. But working hard today is always the first step towards realizing your dreams tomorrow. Don't allow dreaming about tomorrow to replace living in the moment. Dreaming about the future is only productive when combined with action taken today. Word. I completely agree with that. Number 7, don't dwell on past accomplishments. I had a friend who worked in Hollywood. She was a producer for Dr. Phil. And she was going on, for another position. And I said, well, my gosh, I mean, you were a producer for Dr. Phil. You're amazing. Like, who's not going to want you? And she was like, you know what? You're only as good as your current job. Like, in Hollywood, they don't care what you just did. Not really. And if you talk to somebody who's won Academy Awards, and I know a few people who have, they'll tell you that as impressive as that is, it was a conglomeration. It was like all the parts coming together in the universe at the perfect time, from the actors to the walk-ons to the director of the moment, to like all of it had to come together in that moment to make that happen, and that none of that exists anymore. And they so understand. I just love when people have such clarity that things are only in the moment for that moment. I really appreciate that. So it says, if you are still talking about what you did yesterday, you haven't done much today. Straight up. There is still plenty of time to build upon past successes and create more memories and achievements for the future you. In the future, you'll be cherishing the memories of today. Number 8, stop worrying. Yeah, it is so useless. Now, it is important to reflect. There's no doubt, because we can learn if we take time to reflect. What went right? What could we improve? Da-da-da. But to just be worrying, it always kind of suggests to me that people aren't taking the action that they possibly could be taking, right? or that they've put something in God's hands and immediately pulled it back before he could even clutch it. So it says you can't fully appreciate today if you worry too much about tomorrow. Realize that tomorrow is going to happen whether you worry about it or not. That is straight up. And since worry has never accomplished anything for anybody, redirect your mental energy elsewhere. Let's read that one again. You can't fully appreciate today if you worry too much about tomorrow. Realize that tomorrow is going to happen whether you worry about it or not. And since worry has never accomplished anything for anybody, redirect your mental energy elsewhere. I like that. Number 9, think beyond old solutions to problems. This is that whole think outside the box thing, right? That's why I like to communicate with others or work in groups, because they often show me a different way. I'm not much of an out of the box girl. I know some people think I'm far out and way out of the box, but it's funny, especially when you work with, preteens and stuff, or if I give directions in class and children turn in 5 different things, and then I'm like, what happened? Didn't you guys get my directions? And then as you listen to the logic of each child, they absolutely heard the direction and perceived it completely different. And it's so incredible to see how it manifested, So it says our world is changing so fast that most of yesterday's solutions are no longer the right answers today. Don't get locked into but that's how we've always done it mentally, like that mentality. Yesterday's solutions are not today's solutions, and they are certainly not tomorrow's solutions. How refreshing, right? To know, and I tell my kids that all the time, that there's only one correct answer in math, but there are many different ways to solve the problem. And that's true in life. So true. And number 10, conquer addictions. Conquer addictions. Addictions in your life hold you hostage. They keep you from living a completely free life and removes your focus from the moment. Find some help. Take the steps and remove their influence over your life. Allow yourself to live in the moment addiction-free. Learning how to live in the present moment is essential and the ingredient of a happy life. If you can only live one moment at a time, you might as well make it the present moment. I love that. Man, that's so true. And I've told you that before. The reason I don't like to participate in my addiction, especially of compulsive overeating, is because it tends to lead to every sin in my life. From lying to gluttony to hiding to sneaking to on and on and on. It doesn't serve me. And this goes on to give you additional articles to read. But let's go back through the list really quickly. I thought they were all valid. Number 1, remove unneeded possessions. Number 2, smile. Number 3, fully appreciate the moments of today. Number 4, forgive past hurts. Number 5, love your job. Number 6, dream about the future, but work hard today. Number 7, don't dwell on past accomplishments. Number 8, stop worrying. Number 9, think beyond old solutions to problems. And number 10, conquer addictions. I love it. So I would love to know which one affected you, right? As always, like if you like, join us if you haven't, subscribe. But do let me know in the comment below, did any of those affect you? Were you thinking, oh man, I so get that? Or, yeah, I need to try for that one. I'd love to hear. Anyway, my friends, I'm going to honor myself by going to bed at a reasonable hour. That is going to happen. Because I'm living in today, and for today, I am handled. All right, until we talk again, best of all, know that every day is special. And if we live in the moment, we will benefit the most. All right, peace be with you. And until we talk again, know that you're blessed.